Let's go.
Our favorite notification of recording
Good
in
girl. You okay,
progress.
honey?
All right. New giveaway code. And so now I'll hand things over to Spirit Tree to talk about some Ginga fan fiction, and if anyone wants to also join in and talk about their fan fictions, totally allowed. So yeah, Spirit Tree, I don't know if you want to share your screen for anything. I can give you permissions for that, or you can just talk.
But yeah, I'll share the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here. I've just been pretty silent.
Yeah.
So
So
just
you
and
should have screen sharing permission now.
okay, so yeah, I'll do it in just a moment. Yeah,
Okay.
this is my first time doing this, so forgive me if I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, no problem. Go for it.
Okay, so after all that crazy chaos that is GTLW and GDN, I just decided to take matters into my own hand and write AUs that I think would be better, at least in my opinion. So let me see if I can try to share my screen here. Can anyone see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I can.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
okay, that's good. Okay, so let me start off by talking about what program I'm using. So this is the program that I've been using. It's called Scrivener, a birthday gift from my big brother years ago during my college years, and I'm liking this program so far. It works similarly like I suppose you can say it works similarly like Microsoft Word, but this works a little bit better. Okay, can you see my cursor?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so on the left hand side of the screen, you see the list of chapters or parts or whatever. And instead of creating multiple Microsoft Word documents to create chapters, you can actually put chapters right here in the one file. So now what you're seeing here is my fan fiction for Ginga, The Last Wars AU, how it should have ended. It takes place on near the end of what it originally is in canon. I made it so much different, and after writing it years ago, I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of how I wrote it, how I built it, and how I concluded it. So and there are going to be some spoilers right here, so be aware of that. So let's take, maybe let's start off by take a look at part one. Yeah, so this is what I wrote for a part one. It takes place like I said near the end where where they all meet Monsoon at Shirakami, and this is what I wrote right here. Maybe scroll just a little bit so I can give everyone a chance to read. Sorry. And you can all share your thoughts if you'd like. Maybe just give it a moment before I scroll again. In 2016, in a series threat to opponents. In his first year as a professional, Innes fought 8 times. Also, if you hear background noise, try to ignore it. That's my dad having his TV too loud. In July 2015, Innes stopped Tavers. Okay, and then scrolling just a little bit right here. I'll give it another moment. Okay, I'll scroll again. In 2017, Okay, and scrolling again. Okay, I think a couple more scrolls. Okay, then almost at the end right here. Okay, and there's the end of part one. So yeah, you can read toward the end, and then you can share your thoughts if you want. So if anyone is done, I'll move on to the next thing. Okay, we are ready to move on. Okay, just give just one more moment and then move on to the next thing. Okay, moving on. And then the rest of this story, well, I mean, I don't want to spoil it in case many other people haven't read it, but the rest of the story is about how Muslim tricked the Oho army into forgiving him, and then he traps them. But then a couple of Ohu soldiers go back and bring Orion back to Shirakawa to rescue them. And then from there they go on to defeat Monsoon, but Sirius loses his life in the progress, saving Orion from that bear. And then by the end of the story, Weed names Orion the new supreme leader, even though Orion is doesn't feel worthy to be the leader. And then he leaves paradise to find himself. And I've seen some comments on how people really like this fan fiction, and that really means so much to me because, like I said, I'm really proud of how I built it, and so I thought about a potential sequel for it, you know, during the GDN's progress, and yeah, after all the alien worms and stuff, that gave me more motivation to write the Ginga Densetsu Noa AU. So let me just switch over to my other one here. Okay, can you all see the Ginga Densetsu Noa AU fan fiction? Okay. So there it is right here. Look how many chapters I have written.
It looks like it's only showing the Last Wars one still.
It is. Oh man. Well then, how do I fix that?
If if it's on a different tab, you might have to stop sharing this tab and start sharing another tab.
Okay, got it. So let me just stop sharing. Okay. Let me try that again. Does it work now?
Yes,
Okay.
it is working.
Okay, good. Okay, so I was saying these are all the chapters I have written so far. It's a lot. And the good thing about Scrivener is when you want to write a new chapter, you just hit right click and then just click on add new text. So chapter 128 is the latest chapter that I wrote. And so I'll be working on chapter 129 in the future. And I know it's been on a hiatus since last summer. I've been working on my own fantasy story that I want to get done first. I got 6 chapters left on that. So I promise after I finish that, I will come back to writing this fan fiction, and from then on there will be no hiatuses. So with that said, well, let me show you the prologue for this one. The top, and maybe give everybody a couple of moments to read before I start scrolling. Scrolling down. It's a long prologue, so I'm going to try to give everybody a chance to read as I scroll. Geez, I wish my dad would turn that TV down. Keep in mind that most of this is from canon GTLW, while the rest is recap from my AU at the end. And there's the end. Just give just a one more moment before I wrap this one up, and then I'll let everybody else share their thoughts and share other fan fictions. Okay, so now finally in this story, Noah Noah is not hyena. He is a silvery gray Scottish deerhound instead. He's a kind old man and will help Orion in his journey for redemption and to repel the darkness of his past. This story does contain fantasy elements because why not? And I suppose one last spoiler that I can share is I really enjoy writing the chapter where Orion beats the beats the crap out of Kidoshiro for the way Kidoshiro has mistreated him since his puppyhood. It was enjoyable, and Kidoshiro got what he deserved in that chapter. And then after that, Kidoshiro finally realizes his mistakes of mistreating Orion. And I suppose the beating that he got, he also had not been no, he also got a lot of sense knocked into him. And so in chapter 128, Kidoshiro is finally gonna change his attitude toward Orion. Oh, and then I think that's all the spoilers that I'm willing to share. So if you have any thoughts about my two stories, you can go ahead and share. Otherwise, we can move on to other people's fan fictions.
I would like to go next if that's okay with you.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing, and I can let you share your screen.
Okay. Hold on.
So is it?
Let me send a request.
Yep, I just approved it.
Thank you. Well, I actually wrote a script for this one, but it quickly devolved into a yapping session. So let me try to do a too long didn't read. But here's what. So basically, Ginga Nietzsche Benedict started out as a possible Work Realm sequel, but when the chapters came out, I was like, nope, there's no way I'm letting this be canon. It's an AU now. So basically it starts up with Shirosaru just basically chilling until he hears a strange noise and worried that it could be a. Sorry, hold on. It could just be one of Masamune's old lackeys, the one that's still alive, coming back for burn all these years later. So he tells the two females to stay put while he investigates. It doesn't take him long to discover an ordinary seeming Asian black bear, suspiciously scouting the area. The bears visibly panicked upon being discovered and
Okay.
strikes at Shirosaru before running. When his owners hear his cries and are shocked to find his fatally wounded body, he's rushed to the bed but unfortunately passes away in the waiting room, giving Ben a heartbroken goodbye before passing. And that ends the prologue. The first chapter starts with the time skip to the following evening, with Ben and Koyuki, damn it, I can't speak, discussing the events earlier to that day. Ben had grown more anxious at the thought of her owners also being stained by the claws of the bear. She was also frustrated at the Ohu army's apparent inaction about this new threat, so she hastily tells Koyuki that she's starting her own army. Koyuki tries to protest, but quickly gives in to her daughter's determination and reluctantly joins. The first recruit is Koyuki's best friend, a Pomeranian named Niniku. Niniku is excited to be able to spend more time with her BFF and join the cause without a second thought. Typo, bleh. I wrote this at 3 in the morning, so bleh. Next is Benna's close friend Paco, an emo chihuahua who spares Benna's insecurities of not living up to their full potential. Instead, she also quickly joins Benna's army to make a name for himself. Afterwards, the four find an isolated spot to have their first rest as a new army. The following morning, a light raindrop falls on Benna's nose, waking up. In a state of a halfway confusion, she looks up and spots a clear rainbow in the distance. Benna notes that both the sun and the rain are needed to create a rainbow, and as such officially calls her army the Nietzsche Army. The others are woken by the yipping of Cinnamon, a toy poodle puppy who's Niku's neighbor. Koyoki places her paw on Cinnamon's snout and sternly tells him to be quiet and to not alert any humans. Cinnamon nags why they're away from their owners, and so Niku involves him at the cause. Cinnamon is afraid of the unavoidable brutality, but also doesn't want to see Niku leave. Bennett tells him to think if he wants to join or not, and to meet him at the dog park that afternoon to inform him of his decision. As the poodle's owner begins to call over Cinnamon. Chapter 2 briefly shifts over to Ohu's perspective as Reed approaches Orion with a strange pure white Kisu with golden eyes by his side. The former informing Orion that he's got a visitor. The Kisu introduces herself as Amal Kayori, and tells Orion that she's got an eye on him for a while. It asks him if he's interested in being her mate. Orion steps back and shakes his head, stating that he's not interested in a mate at all. Reed is confused. Certainly every male would want a mate to continue their bloodline, right? However, the awkward tension is interrupted by the pained roars of Chibi. The Ohu army rushes to see what the trouble is. They're surprised to be attacked by two dogs that they've never seen before. They're quickly taken down by Raicho and Ken. The dads are demanding why they're there. It is then they notice that one of the dogs isn't a dog at all, but rather a super-sized cat. The actual dog tells Ken that they're on a mission to exterminate any bear in sight before the next bear war happens, to which Raichu tells him that attacking bears unprovoked surely isn't helping. Nonetheless, during peacetime, Orion steps out and Dudley tells him that he's an absolute moron. The dog is enraged and tries to attack Orion, to which the cat trips him up with her unusually long tail and tells him not to foolishly get himself killed, referring to him as Jester. Jester grunts and agrees to simply report this to a dog named Spade before running off. The cat turns to the Ohu army and briefly declares herself Shirogane before joining Jester. The whole point of view ends with Karat's comforting and visibly shaking Chibi. The, the, from what I remember, later on, they do meet up at the dog park and also recruit a dog named Gunter along the way, and Cinnamon agrees to join them. Sorry, not
That's
used
okay.
to
Take your
talking
time.
so much.
That's okay. Just take your time. No need to rush.
Later on, the six of them when going to the neighborhood, and with Bernard come across a Portuguese water dog named Rockstar. He, he introduces himself as a award-winning show dog, and tells Bernard that he's seen odd humans gathering, spying around, and believes that they're shit.
Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, just take your time and relax.
And believes that they're here to kidnap him, likely for a ransom. Bernard agrees to keep an eye on him, as his owners are out to go on a date night. Later that night, Rockstar confirmed suspicions are confirmed true, as they break in and try to snatch Rockstar. Bennett summons her army and strikes with Bennett trying to remember how her brothers had performed the Batoga, and with hopes and prayers performed her own, performing a successful one and slicing the leader in half, scaring the others. That's no dog, that's a fucking harehound. Bennett tells the army to go after him and go after the others and make sure they don't come back to what to do. The others be sure to scar them before Bennett calls them back. Bennett and Rockstar headed off immediately with Rockstar amazed at the Batoga, and the two decide to have some private time for the rest of the night. The following morning, Rockstar heartbrokenly informs Bella that his owners want to pair him with another show dog, and though they won't approve of a battle Scott Akita, Bella tells him to join them then, but Rockstar tells him that he heard that he loves his owners and doesn't know what he'd do without them, so the two share a morning for goodbye before Brenner runs off. And that's basically all the spoilers. But I do have some written. This is from the opening scene. Can you see it?
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thank you.
I think it's a pretty good story. I can see you're really dedicated to it as well.
Thank you.
A story focusing on Bellatrix would be so badass.
I also like that you have like dog breeds that are not normal in Ginga, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. Another breed that that I'm surprised isn't in canon is a Terrier.
Oh
That
yeah, like you have a
that
lot of pet ones, which is cool.
yeah. There's a character named Mule uh, that has a crush on Koyoki, and is a pretty snarky boy.
Ooh.
And this is a scene from later on, from another Ohu point of view. And yeah, Chaco actually does show up in the fanfiction and does become mates of as with Sasso. Fuck, Sassus. Why can't I speak? Sasuke. But it doesn't end well for them when they're captured by the card siblings. And another point I'm ready to share. Remember Koshio?
Yeah.
Joe's son from the manga? Well, he's paid now. And
Oh
he
wow.
sure is better.
Oh yeah. That's good to bring Koshiro back because where did he go in canon?
And he's also got a spade shaped scar on his chest from the eruption.
Oh nice. Yeah. I really like this story. I'm hoping to see more of this in the future.
Oh, and Koketsu's also back, and he's got a boyfriend.
Oh, that's cool.
Don't remember the breed, but his name is Clay,
Clay, that's cute.
along with his brother Chalky. Oh, and SMO is also here. Don't worry. So
Oh,
yeah,
good.
that's basically all.
Thank you for sharing shrimp. It's really cool.
You're welcome.
Okay, are there any other fan fictions that anybody else would like to share?
I think I'd like to go next.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so how do I share? Because I want to show it from the Silver Fang magazine that my issue is in.
If you scroll to the bottom, there's that green share button, right?
Okay. Okay.
There's a bring your cursor down. There should be the share button.
Okay. Okay, can you see it?
Yep, I see it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the reading of my AU, which is my Ginga de Suite AU. So it's called The End of Hogan's War. Right after Weed does his pacifist speech, and after Kirishiro and Hiro questions him, one of the soldier steps up from the group and tells Weed that the whole thing of being kind to others, even if they're never going to change, giving them a second chance is wrong. She wholly agrees with Kirishiro and Hiro. Yet still, Weed wants to spare Hogan, regardless of the situation, since the Dane has been defeated in battle. Weed also believes that finishing Hogan is exactly the same as any other type of murder, and everyone is no different than the Dame, and they're all in it for blood. He doesn't fully grasp the idea of merciful killing. Soldier, along with Kirishiro and Hiro, Quite surprisingly, and not quite surprisingly, disagree with him, and they find Hogan's action irredeemable. Soldier reminds Weed and others that Hogan would destroy everything in his path, taking over the entirety of Japan and become its ruler. He and his minions kill John, who was one of Gin's oldest comrades ever since Gin was just a puppy, and caused the death of other Ohu soldiers, including, sorry if I'm going to butcher these names, Shiro G, Biro, Dodo, Toby, Jerome, and Ryu. Many Ohu soldiers like Smith, for example, have sacrificed their lives to defend paradise in this battle against Kaibutsu. Spear and Hogan will make his and everyone's else sacrifices to be done in vain. Soldier had a lot of respect towards the heroes of the past and wishing to be a brave dog just like them. As a young puppy, she heard the heroic tales of the legendary Ohu army and their battle against a Kakabuto from her parents and their grandparents. This is why Soldier states that Hogan is just as evil as a Kakabuto. The bear never changed his attitude and needed to be stopped. We'd agreed that the hunter, Gohi Takaki, didn't shoot him in the eye or disturb them. Maybe the war couldn't have started. But murder is wrong. You're gonna end up just like him. No, Weed. This is how things work. Soldier is right. You can't fix things that are already broken. Weed claims that both Riki and Gohi were at fault when a Kakabuto terrorized the mountains, and this made Soldier really upset. She snaps back at him and saying that Riki fought hard to defend Fatogo Pass, while the rest of the Ohu army were away to recruiting more soldiers to fight a Kakabuto and his minions. If it weren't for his heroic actions, a Kakabuto would still be alive and continue his reign of terror all across the Ohu Mountains to this day. He would have killed many more people, animals, and dogs without an ounce of mercy. And it wasn't really Riki and Gohei's fault. It was really a Kakabuto himself who wanted to conquer the Ohu Mountains just like Hogan. Even before being shot in the eye, a Kakabuto was already dangerous since he was feasting on farm animals and attacking innocent people. If Weed wouldn't let him murder Hogan go free and continue following his ambitions, future generations would never forgive Weed, as their future isn't secure and their lives will be in danger. No one will be safe if Hogan is still around. While Weed, Soldier, and the others continued to argue, no one managed to notice Hogan slipping away. He climbed on top of Goji and threatened to kill everyone. However, unbeknownst to him, a policeman noticed him and shoots him in the head. With the head blown away, Hogan's body falls down and crash land next to the dogs. The sound of a gunshot freaks everyone as they became wary of the human intruder. However, there was nothing to be worried since the man was just only wanted to kill Hogan. He leaves the scene relieved and finally at peace since he finally managed to avenge the death of his colleague that was killed by Hogan and Gemba when they were investigating the abandoned pen and the death of their owner. Out of anger and not admitting being the wrong, Weed attacks Soldier, who was distracted by the hunter, killing Hogan at the time, but suddenly he gets grabbed by his scruff and pinned down by Gin. Weed demands his father to him to let go, but to no avail. Gin is really disappointed in his son's behavior and is attempted to harm the soldier. This is how an Ohu soldier should act, Gin says to Weed as he lets him go. He tells his son that Soldier was right, not letting a Kakabuto and Hogan have a second chance. A Kakabuto was pure evil and needed to be taken down once and for all, or paradise, as it never has been now until this day, would never exist. As for Hogan, peace would no longer last if he was still around. Gin too reminded Weed of Riki's contribution to the defenses of Fatogo Pass, while Ohu army was away gathering more troops. By blaming the first leader of Ohu and the hunter, his and Gen's master, for what happened is really disrespectful, and such mockery would not be tolerated. Riki and Shiro's spirit then appeared by Gen's side, They condemn Weed as a disgrace to the Bearhound family, that he is no worthy to be their successor. Within also appeared the spirit of Fuga, the first Zetsu warrior, who tells Weed that he will no longer use the Batoga as it serves no purpose to him. Only the ones with a good sense of justice and a brave heart was able to use the Batoga to use its potential. Someone used as weak-minded as Weed would never be a true Zetsu warrior. And there you have it. That's my AU for the end of Hogan's War.
Well, yeah, I read it before, and I must say it looks really good.
Thanks. So when I first started writing this down, I didn't know who I was gonna create for the character, and I thought, what if I just did a like a YN character? Like when you read fan fiction, you see some of the fan fiction that you could put your own character. So I thought, what if I could just put in like a YN character for it? So that's what I did. So that's why I put Soldier in my AU. And then also Suet, they were responsible of editing the story. And as right now, they are retweaking the story to make it more sound right. And maybe possibly, maybe in the future, there might be an audio drama of it.
Wow.
So yes. And right now I am working on another AU, which is called Sears Banishment. And yeah, that's my next AU I'm working on. So yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, because there is gonna be one character death, but I'm not gonna spoil it. There's gonna be one character death. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I said, looking forward to it. Well, thank you for sharing.
Oh, no problem. Glad you like it.
Okay, so if you all finish right here, then let's see if there are any other fan fictions that could be shared.
One thing I forgot to mention, I'm considering putting this on what GMP on Wattpad, which may be AO3 and fanfiction.net if you ever want to see it in the future.
Oh, okay, that's cool. But yeah, the Wattpad is a pretty good idea for more Ginga fans to to see it and read it for themselves. And oh, and by the way, before I forget, yeah, I after I write my chapters on Scrivener, I do share the chapters on Ginga board and on the Discord. First, I copy and paste onto the Google Docs as well. So they are there online for everybody to see and read in case you don't know yet. With that said, if there are any more fan fictions to be shared, then go on ahead.
I also do have plans to make a sequel starring Ben and Rockstar's pups.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that sounds nice.
Along with a Tanuki and Fox arc in between. I'm surprised there's no Tanukis shown.
Yeah, that's okay. Let me see. Hold on. Okay,
So,
huh?
sorry. So that arc is basically about a interspecies Tanuki and Fox couple trying to get their land back from the dogs.
Oh, okay, that sounds really nice. Okay, let me see. We got 14 minutes left. So are there any more fan fictions that
Uh,
anybody would like to share?
can I ask something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask because I have a fan fiction that I was writing. It's not ready yet, so I can't show it, but I would like to ask the people if they think it's worth finishing and then translating. I started it when there was a bigger craze on the infection AUs. So I made a Ginga infection AU where Kurayaki comes back to try and kill Gin, John, and Akame. And it was kind of that they keep finding bodies, but they look weird. They're disheveled, they're deformed, and something's wrong with them, and they smell much deader than they should for the time they've been dead.
Oh,
And they have to like start figuring out what's happening and eventually find out that Kuroyaki is behind it and that he has transformed into something undog-like. And I was wondering, that do people think that that would be worth finishing? Would people like to read it? Because I could translate it if people are interested in something like that.
yeah, it's definitely worth it. Go ahead. We'd love to read what you got.
Okay, I have started it, so I could try and finish it if people are interested, at least the first chapter, and see if people want me to continue from there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Because
sure.
I enjoy horror, so it's more of an AU than anything, so I would like to see if I could
Oh,
try. I'll try my best if people seem to be interested, so I'll try my best with that. Thanks everybody.
you're welcome. Horror is really interesting in Ginga as well.
Yeah, it's an aspect of it, but it's not like there that much, so I would like to try something new with it and go full on horror and maybe like illustrate it a little bit too if people really do get into it and I have the motivation. I like drawing horror things, so I could think about illustrating it too.
Oh, illustration would be nice.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, everybody. Thanks so much. If
Oh,
somebody else has something to say, they can go ahead. I think there's a little bit time left.
yeah, yeah, about 10 minutes left.
All right, I guess I can share. Well,
I can also share, by the way.
Okay, so let's okay okay, let's start with Wentz and then we'll do a Vix next.
Yeah, we'll briefly just touch a bit on it. Not gonna show too much.
Okay, are you going to share your screen?
I was thinking about it. I'm just curious on how do I?
Okay, bring your cursor to the bottom and there's the green share button right there.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
And
All right.
then just select the screen that you want to share and okay, there.
Here we go.
there you go.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's the one you've been sharing. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all.
this is the one that I have been sharing in the Discord. It basically follows canon from part 1 until part 3. Because I did not continue on Noah. Mostly because I've just heard bad things about it, like in among the group in the Discord. So what I can share about it is this is how it looked like when I was writing it in Norwegian. All of these tabs, instead of just saying new tabs, it was the characters, because the only thing I had to work with when I didn't know that the manga was available to me, this is what I had to work with. I had like a some type of Wikipedia site where I had to get a bunch of the characters and try to line up my story in that way on this fanfiction. What else can I share? It's easier to kind of share something if there are any questions. I will actually have a look at the chat right now. And if people are going to speak up, then speak up too.
Yeah, it's looking it's looking good, and like I said before, I'll get back to read it at some point. Yeah, I know there's a lot for me to go, but I'll take my time with it.
Yep, that is fair. Fair enough.
But what I've read so far, and yeah, it's really good. I really liked how you changed some of the things that were in canon as well.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of creating your own AUs. Like if you don't like a if you don't like things that are written in canon, you have the power to rewrite it in your own imagination.
Definitely.
Yeah, that is very true. Very, very true. Uh, all right. I saw something that Jerso said in the chat, so I will actually do that. What I have done, which is different between canon and my fanfiction, is that I have, for some of you, you will think that Sirius is more likable, and Orion isn't that harsh. But I haven't gotten that far into the mangas and stuff yet, so I don't know how brutal, how harsh with his words and everything yet. But after what I've heard, my version of Orion is kind of nicer. Like he's not that harsh. And a few of the other uh, canon characters are also a bit changed. They have a bit different personalities.
Yeah, that's
And
I'm sorry.
my favorite part, yeah, I'm sorry, Spirit. My favorite part that I was writing, I think, has to be my version of this. Even though I had only tabs like this of characters to kind of like read through the story, like through the characters, um, I was really proud of how I wrote my The Last Wars. Uh, Probably the entire way through, but my ending, I am actually very proud of it. And I'm not going to spoil anything in case everyone that wants to read it. I have shared this link in the fanfiction channel in the Discord. I can share it again if you guys want, but it should be like one of the most recent things you can see on there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can we can find it again, but if not, we can ask for you to relink it.
Yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem. I have the link right here, so I can just copy now. So I have it ready. I can just paste it in there if anyone wants to. And oh, also another thing from here on part number 4, you can see that I have included one of Takahashi's other works. I have not read it at all, so this is pure my own imaginations from part 4 and all the way down till the end. So this is like following the Ginga storyline from Hybrid Arc through Ginga Densetsu with Orion and through the Last Wars. After the Last Wars, we just skip the rest of the Ginga timeline basically. So all of this is just my imagination. All of it.
Yeah, it's very cool. I can't wait to get back to this. And by the way, I did read the part three one, and yeah, I I did like what you wrote in it. It was good.
Thank you very much, Spirit.
You're
Really
welcome.
appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Dragon asked me if they can see a character. Like, what do you mean? Like, should I The worst thing is I haven't written down like any characters, and it is basically just text all the way down. So it is like this all the way. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to let you read in case everyone that wants to read. I'm not going to have some type of spoilers like that. But that is basically how it is all the way through. It is no pictures or anything. I have one picture of one of my own characters, like OC, that Jerso actually drew for me. If that is what you meant. I have one picture. That's basically it.
And is there any way we can see the picture right here or off light?
I think I am able to somehow. I'm not sure if you guys can see all of this that I'm doing right now, or if it is stuck on.
I can see it.
You can see all of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. It should be there, and it should be far down here.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
And here you go. Here
Oh,
is mine.
Oh, I know that one. I've seen it.
Yeah, I think I posted it. Yeah, I think I posted this on Discord somewhere, but this is Tamutsu, who you will read a lot about during my fanfiction.
Picture.
Yeah, that was
All
cool.
all credits to Jerso on this. I explained to him like how I wanted him to look like, and he just took it from there.
Well done, Jerso.
Yeah.
And he said he loved drawing the boy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, really good to know.
So yeah, that is what my fanfiction is about. I follow canon through part 3, and the rest here is just my imagination on what I wanted to happen further, like after here. It was like, what do I want to happen further? And I just went with my imagination on everything. I have not read about Yamato at all, so don't think that it's going to be a lot like it. Just do not be prepared for that, because then you will probably be kind of disappointed, because this is just other characters and another what can I call it, universe that I wanted to bring in to my fan fiction.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I think I like the idea of Yamato and Hayate included.
Yeah, I like that actually. It was different, but good different.
Yeah.
Very glad to hear that. And as you can see on these first 3 parts, you can see that they are quite big.
Yeah.
Because I was writing this only for myself to begin with. Whoops, I was not going to. There, now it's in the correct order. I was not expecting to share it with anyone, and I was not expecting to translate it from Norwegian to English, because that is how I started. I started writing this in Norwegian. Nothing on here is in Norwegian, luckily. But I've used Google Translate because someone wanted to read this already, and they were not Norwegian, so I had to quickly translate so that they could read as fast as possible, because I was probably, I think it was probably around here. And I was like, oh crap, I need to go all the way back here and just start doing this. So I had to just start doing this. There, copy, paste into Google Translate just to get it down on paper like in English so they could read. So I'm pretty sure that the English is kind of bad through here through here, I think it is pretty bad because it is just quickly translated to get it down on paper, basically, and then shared with everyone. I have not gotten so far that I have edited anything.
I think the English is all right. It's just Google Translate is not the most reliable tool.
No, it is not, but it was the quickest way for me to just translate and just get it ready. So they had something to read as I was still writing the rest.
Very cool. We are gonna have to switch gears here.
It is totally
Thank
fine.
you all for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. It was very awesome to share fan fictions.
In my experience, D. Bell is a more accurate translator.
All right, I'm gonna switch